Hello, and welcome to A-Bomb Rides. On this very first video that I'm doing, I'm going to install LED lights from Some9Customs. Guy by the name of Andy Medina custom makes these lights so that they go on with not having to do all of this wire wrapping or having to do anything like that you have to do with all the other lights. On these lights, they're custom made and very specifically made for different parts of the bike, and they're labeled to where they need to go. And the cables are the perfect length to be able to go back and hook into the splitters in different places on the bike that I'll walk you through and try to give a detailed video on how these things go on the bike. So, without further ado, let's get to it. We'll start with opening the box and seeing how they come in the box. Then I'll lay them out on the table and we will take a look and see what everything is there and go through it. All right. In the box, we have the lights, and I'm going to pull them out of the box and we're going to test them. Okay, I've got everything out of the box. This is all the lights. What he has done is he's rolled on the back here, behind rear cylinder. These are the different lights. So it looks like they're all marked. What I want to do first is this is the way it came, basically everything out of the box, right? I've got the power cable here. This is a switch here. He said he didn't put anything on here because depending on where someone would want the switch, we can trim these wires so that they would be good. But the first thing he said to do is test. Now he says he uses just a battery booster with some clips in order to power these things up, so a 12-volt battery booster. But what I found is I found a little 12-volt adapter, which I have here already plugged in, that I can just plug right in here. So magic LED, we're gonna bring that up. Talk to Andy about this too. This lists a ton of devices. We're looking for this one. Now, this is on an iPhone. Android will just search and find the device like you would expect it to. So I don't know what's up with this. So yeah, we have it set right now to whatever color that is. We've got settings. We're looking at BRG WS211 is what we came up with. So if we want green, we go green. If we want red, we go red, blue, purple. So really cool. I mean, these things do a lot of different things. So that's on static color. And then we've got all these different modes. There's 200 modes here. Ooh. I hate when they put the wheel at the bottom and confuse iPhone. Let's do mode 1. So you see this is just ever changing. So they're working good. All right, I'm back. I've got everything kind of laid out. So we got, what I can tell here, this is going to be, this goes around the tank, right tank, left tank, tank dash, firewall behind rear cylinder, which I think is going to be right here. So we got it going here, up under the tank, under the dash here, which is going to light up. And then this group here is, let's see here, saddlebag. So this is going to be towards the rear. Saddlebag, swing arm, and then I have a tour pack too. We're going to put that on last. This here is going to be the right hand side. This is the left hand side of the rear. Then this is what do we got here? Left lower frame, left chin. So that's going to be on the very bottom. This whole group here goes towards the front. So this is all very separate. We've got an extension cable so that we can get everything up that way. So you got in the vent, around the headlight, around the speaker, and we also have the inner front fairing and then the fender. All of this. I've never done anything like this before, so this is the first time. I am handy. I mean, I've had the saddlebags off before. I've never had the tank off the bike. I had the front fender and shocks off the bike recently, so I know how that goes. I've had the flat out bars off and back on. So we've done a few things here, but you know, the tank's going to be a first. Fishing wires into the nose. I've never had the nose off. I've had the windshield on and off. So yeah, this is going to be very new for me, very amateur, and we'll see how this goes. So I'll be back. Okay, so I've got an idea. I think we're going to put the control box here. I messaged Some9Customs to find out if there was any issues with like double siding taping it to the ABS system here. That hole, there was already a hole there. I drilled it out to 3/8 of an inch for the switch. It'll be the on and off switch, which right now is sitting right here. So there you go. That screws on. I fit it in there. It looks really good, real clean. I can reach around under the heat deflector. Really easy to hit that. You see my finger right there. So no issues there. I'm gonna clean that hole up so it's not jagged. And then we're gonna attach the control box to the positive and negative, and we'll go from there. One of the things I wanted to point out here is this is the line. This here is the line that goes through. I was able to fish it through, and then it comes back through here to the other side. So this cable here is our LEDs for this whole right-hand side of the bike, or left-hand side of the bike rather. Okay, I'm gonna install the switch now into this hole. Right, where is it? Right there. That seems pretty snug. Next thing I want to do is I'm going to trim these wires. Actually, it goes in the back side here. And then the other one will lay right on this negative terminal. Right down there. So that's next. I just got to get the eyelet put on there and attach that. So that's what I'm going to do now. Okay, I just connected the battery terminals, and I've got the rears sort of zip tied here, ready to be installed. I want to leave a little bit of slack in case I need to adjust anything. Let me hit the button. Yeah, they're working. Excellent. I'll get ready to start actually mounting the lights here in just a moment. Okay, I've got everything kind of laid out here, mostly ready to go, I would say. So I've got some alcohol here. I'm going to clean everywhere where the LEDs are going to go. And then I will put some primer which is 3M Primer 94, I believe what it is. Which are right here. What I have are these little sticks. You kind of break and then you run the thing on there, and then you wait certain amount of time. I have to read up on that. I'll let you know exactly how much. I think it's at least 5 minutes. And then you start peeling off and putting your lights on. So that's what we're doing now. Finish this up, use some clean spot on the rag, make sure there's no residue, and then I'll hit it with the primer. So let me make sure I got this primer stuff. Okay, so I've got it cleaned up. I've got the 3M primer on, which, by the way, you have to let it dry for, they say 3 to 5 minutes. I've given it 5. It's raining today, so the humidity's up a little bit, so gave it a little extra time, but you have to use it within an hour. So right now, I've done both sides, cleaned up, and they're both primered. So we're gonna start on this side and try to mimic it on the other side when we get there. I'm gonna start with the swing arm, and I'm gonna start at the back. So you only wanna take off just a few inches at a time, 3 to 4 inches or so, and work it. You don't want that tape exposed to the elements to get dirty as you're moving around one end. Never ever touch the adhesive tape. The oil from your hands will definitely compromise it. So on this, I'm not doing straight down, I have to roll them back just a little bit. If they're straight down, you see it more like that. I just want the glow of this. If I right on the other side of that, you won't see them too, so. Which I don't foresee happening, but it would be nice if it's an option. I am starting it right about where the rear axle is. So maybe this edge of the bolt, the inside edge of the axle. Perfect. Okay, top of the swing arm is next. This one's a little tricky, only because this ridge on the rear axle here is a little thinner than this. So we're gonna work it the best way we can. I'm gonna start it in about the same position as the lower one. Hopefully the camera can see about where that's starting. And this 3M tape is really holding really well. And these, I'll tell you what, these custom wires, these lengths, Some9Customs, Andy Medina, you guys did a freaking fantastic job, because that was perfect. And now that is in place, and what I think I'll do here is I will run this wire under this zip tie to keep it in place, and everything is nice and tight. The only thing that I have any concern about is the saddlebag wire, which is this one here that's curled up. what I'll probably do is I'll probably unplug it, bring it up, and I might bring it around to take up some of that slack. Let me see how that works and I'll get back with you guys. Okay, I'm back. I'm really happy with the way this turned out. I do have a little bit of a concern on these LEDs right here. I think they're facing out and they may be able to be seen. So I might have overestimated that. With that 3M tape, it's not going to come off and be able to be moved. So we'll see how that works out. If I have to, I'll take it off. I'll get some more 3M tape and move it back a little bit. But there's a clip here for the brake line that really can't be done with. I can't really have moved it back any further. But we'll see how that turns out. But that wire I just moved for this saddlebag light, I just brought it back around and it's right here and it's just really nice and tight sitting there. I don't think I'm going to need to use a zip tie on it. I don't like to see zip ties on the outside of the bike, so we'll see how it works out when we get the bike put back together. But for now, I'm going to go to the other side and get it done. Okay, now that the back is done, we're going to do the underneath next. I've got everything cleaned on the chin spoiler and on the frame rail going across. We're going to use some 3M primer 94. We'll give it about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to start by laying these lights in, and then I will go put the chin spoiler back on so that I can make sure that the wire connections are where they need to be for the frame rail, be able to work my way back. I want to be able to make sure that everything has the room it needs, so that if I need to take the chin spoiler off again, I can reach down someplace and disconnect these somewhat easily. So, all right, this is all primed up, cleaned up, ready to go. So we're just going to lay these in here. Now there's these ridges here that you're just going to have to hop over. There's no rocket science here. Just lay it over it. And I just took off too much of this because I did not want to take that much. I'm going to start right at the top. Come back into here. Again, having these custom sized lights, it's a game changer. It's great. So Some9Customs, Andy Medina, thank you. That's the easy part of this, is having these things, having the right length, not having to deal with too much, trying to figure out where to put extra, or if you're short. I don't want to start from that end. I'm sitting here talking. I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. So, don't pull the whole thing off. Right at the top, over the ridge. That's that. Okay, so this is the underneath frame rail. I just wanted to show that this is going to start right at that edge there. We've got plenty here, so this fits from this edge back to this edge. And it's all prepped and everything. I'm just going to turn the camera off and get that mounted. Okay, next thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to put the LEDs inside of the dash. This is quite simple. We're just going to put this in there, and I took the rubber piece off, that little gasket stuff, in order to let the light come out. So this is what that is. Move this over to the side. And I'm going to start with the left side, right here, tank dash left. And I'm going to start from the back because I want this piece to be back here, still under the dash, and then I'll work my way forward until We get up towards the front there. Again, I only want the thin part of the wire to be able to escape the back of the tray here. So this has already been cleaned and primed. We're going to need a little bit of flexibility here to kind of snake this thing around this curve. It looks pretty even to me. Even enough, right? So I'm going to take it over to the bike and make sure that this fits. Before this adhesive sets up too much, I want to make sure that we're not going to hit anything. Oh yeah, that's good there. Now, it's time to remove the tank. Another first for me, so wish me luck. Since I already had the front fender off, I went ahead and cleaned it and primed it when I did the dash and a few other things, not to waste the primer, and it was already off. So I'm gonna set the lights on here. Okay, how did those compare? Pretty good. So, I'm going to get prepared to go ahead and put the LED lighting on this. So I've got this soft blanket down, and there's not a whole lot of gas in here, but there is some. But these get put in along this outer edge of this ridge. Okay. So we're going to get this prepped up for that. I'm going to clean it with the alcohol and then put some primer 94 on there, and then we'll be set. So I will be back. Okay, next I'm going to put the LEDs on the tank. There's some fuel in here. It's probably maybe a quarter a tank. But so I'm just going to go up on its edge. And I'm just going to work it right in here. This has already been cleaned and primed. So this is going to be the right. I'm going to start it right there. Just work our way down. Right, that's the right side. Okay. It's a little tricky getting around this drain plug, but it's there. Well, I've got the wire run to connect this squid here up. These are going to go in the interfering down here, and then I ran that wire up from that right side along here. I will secure it somehow, and it goes up and then into the wire track where all the wires go. Part is a little different because it doesn't get used with the backing of the 3M tape. Instead, this gets super glued from here all the way around to the edge. is you want the lights inside the headlight. Because I'm using super glue with an activator, and it's a spray can, I wanted to protect the headlight, so I just masked off everything just to have a little bit of added protection. Okay, I've started to super glue this, and I'm not using the accelerant because it's holding pretty good. So I'm trying to get the glue in spots where there is not an LED. Just I don't want to cloud the lighting with glue. So, and I'm just going about every every 2 inches, I'd say. Just pressing it down, and then it's just sticking. And then this wire here needs to run back over to the center. Okay, I have super glued one side of the headlight LEDs on, and I hit it with a couple of little, with a wire to come back, I hit it with a couple little spots with some super glue. I am using CA glue. And what I'm doing is on the LEDs, I guess this stuff is soft enough and everything to where I put a little dab in between LEDs. And what I'm doing here is I'm just putting a little dab on the edge closest to the camera here so that it's that way. And that just sticks really well. And I'm going to come down about 2 inches. Put a little another dab. Right there in the corner. And then I'm going to hold that tight up against the edge. And I'm just going to work my way down just like I did on this side and then bring that wire back. Okay, the headlight's all done, and then these get plugged in when you mount the headlight. And I've got a bit more done up here. Let's turn this light on and I'll explain to you how things go. So there are 5 that point up. Okay, this is for the headlight. Then you've got the 2 vents and the 2 speaker lights that go up. Coming down, you've got the fairing lights, which I just mounted. I routed the wires right up through here. Then the vent lights, let's see if we can get, there we go. So this, it actually needs to be folded over on the top because that gets butted up against when you put in the headlight. Same thing over on this side. Right there, and then I routed that wire through here, back over, and those plug in. Okay, on this one, it's a little tricky because you actually have to feel on the outside edge, there's like a ridge. And I'm gonna butt the end of this light right up to that ridge. Because this light is really, it's actually kind of long. And so it's gonna go up in there like that. But I'm actually gonna work from the outside first. I'm going to start right at that ridge. And as I'm coming up into this area here, I'm trying to bring that light as close to this molding ridge here as I can. There we go. So I'm really happy with this side. Wire comes down, goes down under, and then passes through right in here. On this other side, I'm going to do something the same. I'm going to disconnect that, and I'm going to run the wire down back here, and then come up through here to make the connection. So I've got everything ready. I'm going to put the front fender back on, route the wires up, make those connections, and then we'll put the headlight back in, the gas tank on. Should be done in the home stretch here. It's been one hell of a project. All right, I've got the left side of the bike. It's hooked up. I can see light coming out from underneath the wheel there. And now we're gonna get this right-hand side. Okay, only thing left on the front end here is to get the headlight in. So let's do it. Right on. Okay, I'm gonna get the rest of this put together, then we'll get to the gas tank. All right, we've got a tank on. Okay, we got everything running now. It's looking good too. Man, this thing's definitely gonna light up the road. Somebody hits me with the lights on, probably gonna be on purpose. All right, this is pretty much finished up. There's a couple more things that got left to do. I got to put the windshield back on. I wanted to clean it up a little bit better before I put it on. But these are almost all the LEDs. I've got the LEDs for the tour pack that still need to go on, but we're going to make some modifications to that so that there's a disconnect for it. So taking the tour pack on and off, we can get it on and off with a easier clip, because right now it's wired to be under the seat and side panel. So we're going to make some modifications on that, but I really like that. That is cool. I didn't think I was going to like that as much as I do, but that is super cool, seeing that glow from underneath. I mean, that is sharp. So Andy Medina at Some9Customs, thank you very much. This is very, very cool. He's very helpful, along with Steve at Sick Baggers. His installation video, top notch.